Legal troubles seem to be only mounting for Vijay Mallya, because today's Supreme Court of India will decide the quantum of punishment for Mallya after he was pronounced guilty of contempt of court in May of this year. Mallya was held guilty for concealing his asset and violating other orders of the court. The latest blow comes just days after the Prime Minister Modi met his British counterpart seeking UK's help in extradition of economic offenders, seen as a reference to Mallya and former IPL boss Lalit Modi. Mallya and his Kingfisher Airlines has been accused of defaulting on loans worth rupees 9,000 crore to various banks. He is now evading judicial proceedings by hiding in the United Kingdom. We are now joined by my colleague Lavina Tandon from London. Lavina, how big a blow is this for Mallya, who seemed to be enjoying his life in London out there, watching cricket, going out? How big a blow is it going to be for him?
However heavy-handed the Supreme Court of India comes down on Mr. Vijay Mallya, it would have no impact in terms of implementing that because he's living in Britain. But what it can do for the case is add to the 2,000 pages dossier saying that even the Supreme Court of India has found him guilty, and that would be an added evidence to the case of extradition that is going on right now, in which at the moment only case management hearing is going on till the 14th of September at least. So it will strengthen the case of the prosecution, but it would have no impact where he can be allowed to go back to India. Only when the case in the court is completed, the extradition is granted, and if all the appeals he goes through from the High Court to the Supreme Court, and still if he's extradited and returned to India, can that Supreme Court sentence be actioned. So that is where the whole buck stops as far as the Supreme Court action is concerned.
Lavina, also, how is the extradition case against Mallya going? How has the case progressed? What exactly is likely to happen now?
To give you a quick update on what is happening with regards to the case, extradition case here in the UK, on the 14th of September is the next case management hearing, and by then the prosecution as well as the defense would have gone through all the papers, the summaries would have been read, the opening statements would have been gone through, and if everything is to plan and if all the documents are in place, each party, the prosecution as well as the defense, is happy, then the 4th of December is when the extradition hearing, the proper argument in the court starts, and whatever time the judge stipulates for that argument to carry on, once let's say the extradition is granted on the basis of that, whatever time it is, maybe in 2018, definitely we are looking at 2018, then Mr. Mallya has a right to appeal in case he is extradited, and even prosecution has a right to appeal, and this can be taken to the Supreme Court level, after which still if extradition is granted, then the Home Secretary would stamp his extradition and he will be extradited within X number of days. So we are looking at least a few years for this case to carry on. But what we can see is the political will here is very strong, which makes the case very strong in the sense that all the evidences from India have already reached, and this is quite a quick turnaround where even the prosecution has praised India for cooperating brilliantly. So this is where the difference is. Yet one bottom line remains: it is not in the hands of the politicians, it's not in the hands of the diplomats, it is in the court, and India has to fight it in the court.
Well, thanks, Lavina. That's all we have time for to discuss about Mallya. But moving on